Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to do the review of the December 19th NHL games, and then in a few minutes I'll record the December 20th. Missed a day there. Anyways, we're going to start off with the Kings and the Sharks. So, Battle of California. The first period, the Kings opened up the scoring. It's Andrzej Kopitar scoring from Arthur Kaliev and Kevin Fiala on the power play at 17:48. Second period, at 4:07, Trevor Moore scores for the Kings from Fiala and Danault. Then Alex Laferriere scores at 5:17 from Jordan Spence and Andrzej Kopitar. Third period, at 18:12, Lewis scores from Blake Lizotte into the empty net. And then Jacob McDonald scores for the Sharks at 18:41 from Kevin Labanc and Philip Zidane on the power play. Kings take that one 4-1. Alright, Sens and Yotes. So in the first period, Ottawa opens up the scoring at 4:10. It's Angus Cruikshank scoring from Artem Zub and Jake Sanderson. Josh Norris would then score at 13:06 from Jake Sanderson and Tim Stützle on the power play. Dominic Kubalik will then score again score another one for the Sens at 14:19 from Eric Brandstrom. Second period, Arizona gets itself on the board. It's Jake McBain scoring from Logan Cooley and Michael Carcone at 14:10. Third period at 9:14, JJ Moser scores from Matthias Michelli and Matt Dumba. Keller would then score from Stetcher, former Canuck, and Alex Kerfoot at 9:47. And then Michael Kesselring will score from Zach Sanford and Jack McBain, at 16:27. And the Coyotes take that one 4-3. Come back victory for them. Alright, Colorado and Chicago. This one has a surprising result. The first period at 17:29, Ryan Donato scores for the Blackhawks from Zaitsev and Bedard. Nichushkin will then score for the Avs at 9:22 from Drouin and McKinnon on the power play. Nichushkin will score again from Rantanen and Malinsky on the power play at 11:25. And then at 12:56, Reichel scores from Bedard and Donato. So Bedard picking up a couple of assists there. Second period, no scoring. Third period, Tyler Johnson scores the final goal of the game at 8:19 from Nick Foligno and Nikita Zaitsev on the power play. Chicago takes that one 3-2. Alright, Oilers and Islanders. This one was fun for me. First period at 1:23, Draisaitl scores from Fogle and Ekholm. Second period, Anders Lee scores from Palmieri and Barzal on the power play at 2:39. Horvat, former Canuck, would score from Brock Nelson and Noah Dobson on the power play at 11:30. And then Simon Holmstrom would score from Pajot shorthanded at 14:10. Third period, no scoring. Islanders take that one 3-1. Alright, Minnesota and Boston. First period, Marcus Johansson scores at 7:44 from Gaudreau and Goligoski on the power play. At 11:29, Pastrnak scores from Beecher. Pastrnak will score again 19:59 at the first from Zaka and JVR. In the second period, there's no scoring. Third period, Kaprizov scores from Middleton and Brock Faber at 13:12. Hartman would then score again for the Wild at 15:10 from Marco Rossi. Then Marchand will score from Geeky and Zaka on the power play at 18:54 to tie it up. Third period, overtime. Kaprizov scores from Joel Eriksson Ek at 2:54. The Wild take that one 4-3 in overtime. Alright, the Rangers and the Maple Leafs. So first period, no scoring. Second period, Zibanejad opens up the scoring for the Rangers at 6:11 from Blake Wheeler and Chris Kreider. Matthews would tie it up at 7:32 from Morgan Riley and Tyler Bertuzzi. Lafreniere would then score from Brzezinski and Gustafsson on the power play at 9:50. Third period, at 1:16, Matthews would tie it up again from Jake McCabe and William Nylander. At 8:08, Braden Schneider would then score from Gustafsson and Wheeler to give the Rangers the lead again. Panarin would then score at 15:08 for the third from Gustafsson and Trocheck on the power play. Zibanejad would score second of the game at 16:47 from Ryan Lindgren and Chris Kreider into the empty net. The Rangers took that one 5-2. Alright, Tampa Bay and St. Louis. So the first period, Michael Anisimov scores at 2:23 from Tyler Jeannot and Hayden Fleury. Tyler Mott, former Canuck, would score at 17:10 from Steven Stamkos and Connor Sheary. Kucherov would score at 19:46 from Point and Paul. So it's 3-0 Tampa going into the second. Second period, Kucherov scores one more time from Perbix and Paul at 1:36. At 12:13, Hayden Fleury scores from Stamkos and Hagel. So it is 5-0 going to the third. Nick Paul would then score one of his own from Stamkos and Hedman on the power play at 7:53. And then Justin Falk scores the Blues' lone goal at 15:57 from Jake Neighbors and Kevin Hayes on the power play. Tampa takes that one 6-1. Alright, this was embarrassing for Buffalo. Alright, first period. Rasmus Dahlin scores 30 seconds in from Dylan Cousins and Casey Mittelstadt. Goudreau would then score for the Blue Jackets at 10:35 from Adam Fantilli. Fantilli would score one of his own, his 9th of the year, from Goudreau and Provorov at 14:40. And then at 19:48, Kirill Marchenko scores from Goudreau and Zach Rossi on the power play. Second period, Marchenko scores from Chinnikov and Peak at 7:37. 7:55, Marchenko scores again from Chinnikov and Provorov. Gabranson, former Canuck, would score at 8:52 from Texier and Corelli. Corelli would score one of his own from Texier and Gauntz, who's also a former Canuck. Burning Gauntz. At 12:27. 18:54, Oposo scores from Mittelstadt and Olofsson. Third period, Tage Thompson would score at 2:57 from Dahlin and Tuck on the power play. Cousins would score from Benson and JJ Peterka at 7:51. Columbus wasn't done yet though. Cole Sillinger gets one at 8:30 from Berensky and Johnson. And then Johnson scores one of his own from Sillinger and Benstrom at 10:59. The Blue Jackets take that one 9-4. Rough night for Buffalo. Alright, Philadelphia and New Jersey. The first period, Michael McLeod scores to open up the scoring at 14:16 from Bastian and Lazar, who's former Canuck. Second period, Ryan Poling would score at 1:10 from Joel Farabee. At 2:44, Jesper Bratt would score from Heischer and Jack Hughes on the power play. Poling would score second from Konechny and Sanheim at 8:19. Third period, no scoring overtime. Tippett scores unassisted at 3:25. Philadelphia takes that one 3-2 over, was it New Jersey? Alright, Vegas and Carolina. The first period, Carolina opens up the scoring. It's Svechnikov scoring from Shea and Aho on the power play at 10:27. 13:15, Carrier scores from McNabb and Howden, tied up. Second period was all Carolinas. Jordan Stahl scoring from Jesper Fast and Jordan Martinic at 4:36. Kakanyemi would then score at 10:11 from Chatfield and Bunting. Then Bunting would score from Aho and Burns on the power play at 12:39. Third period, 10 seconds in, Seth Jarvis scores from Bunting and Aho on the power play. 4:44, Brady Shea would score unassisted. Then at 18:36, Jack Eichel would score from Haig and Stone. And then Carrier would score his second of the game from Howden and Amadio at 19:29. That wouldn't be enough. Carolina wins it 6-3. And then my favorite game of the night, Vancouver versus Nashville. In the first period, Pettersson scores at 16:38 from McCabe and Suter. At 17:09, Niels Alman scores unassisted. Second period, at 14:23, Lazon would score from Evangelista and Tommy Novak. About 10 seconds later, Niels Höglander would score at 14:38 from Quinn Hughes and Philip Hronik. And then Suter would score shortly thereafter from McCabe and Pettersson at 15:24. Third period, Bluger would score at 1:16 from Quinn Hughes. And then Cody Glass would score at, I think he was a former Canuck as well, actually. I could be wrong about that. He might be a Vegas prospect, actually. No, I think Tanner Glass was the Canuck. Cody Glass is doing. Anyways, he would score at 19:48 from Cole Smith. Vancouver takes that one 5-2. That's it for the December 19th NHL games. That's it for today, I guess. Not really, because I'm filming another video after this. Hit like if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.